detail, as has been done. I remember when we worked with the library subcommittee, that it was a process that worked fairly well, because when you get it in this larger group, I think as George said, it gets a little bit unwieldy. So I thought what I would do is just go over each section now. So let's discuss this at your pleasure. But go over each section, see if there's any big issues that we're missing. And if so, I'll take some notes and make revisions to this.
Before we, who else would like one that doesn't have one? And because if we need them, we should get one.
I'll go get my computer.
I can also pull it up my
No,
laptop.
I feel bad because Teresa sent a message saying, let me know if you want a hard copy, and I didn't say that.
Like one person.
Oh,
But I can go make some more.
Yeah, I'll just go get my computer.
are you sure?
Yeah.
Are we okay? All right.
Like,
All right. Sorry, Gordon, thank you.
No, well, and usually I do make copies, but it's been a little busy. So I apologize for that. So if you're comfortable with that, I'd be happy to go over each section, see if there's any input, so we can just talk about process for a few minutes while
Okay.
Teresa's kind enough to make some copies. The other option would be, to appoint an ad hoc committee to go over it. Because if there's specific wording change, it's going to be kind of hard to take that from each of you right now. But I'm very pleased to be able to take the input, and if there's a word change or a punctuation even, send it on to me, and I'll be happy to incorporate it, and I can send it back out even in a couple of days, so that you'd have it in advance of whenever your next meeting is, whether it's next Wednesday or next Friday, I think, for the couple of dates you have.
Okay. Well, the one reason that I would, I know before we talked about this and there wasn't a general consensus that it would be good to have an on-tap committee, people wanted to really discuss it here. The one reason I would encourage us to reconsider that is, not, the first 5 pages are very simple. We can all, page 1 through 6, we can all be done, we can all talk about them, it's very straightforward. Pages, the part that Paul did is very super detailed. And it's 19 pages of bam, 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 bam. And this is the real project. This is where the rubber meets the road, and this will have massive implications down the road. And I think for us to talk about it in detail is really hard. And I think a subcommittee could do a really good job of coming back to this committee with commentary as a group to say, here's a couple things it looked really good, they did a beautiful job, but we're wondering, how does this really tie into city council meetings, or how does this tie into a public process, or maybe we should consider a little tweak here or there. And I think it'll be hard to do. It's the kind of thing that just is easier to do with a group that can sit and talk about it, and then come to this group and say, we had 5 points or something. And that's the only thing I wonder is, would that be valuable to consider that, or do we just not want to do that? We don't want to wade through it in a session like this. Does anybody have feelings one way or the other?
Well, I think we definitely need to go through each of those items,
Yeah,
item by item, and
Yeah.
and maybe there's a discussion.
Well,
And
I kind of think it'd be good
for
for,
all of the committee members to,
yeah.
that's how I think.
If
Well,
Gordon
we
wants
will
to sort
all
of
go
walk
through
us through it, I think
Uh-huh.
that's a good idea.